XRP future gazillionaires. Good morning. Today is the day when we all get extremely rich and, RLUSD launches. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the market. Okay, so we're now back in extreme greed at 80, which is good to know that people are getting confident again following that little kerfuffle over the past couple of days or so. Bitcoin is starting to get a little bit stronger, which is good news for the rest of the market. We had some random pumps all of a sudden. BNB suddenly woke up. Tron woke up because someone tweeted about something. Basically, what's happening now is if there's anything that's even remotely suspected of working with the Trump administration, they're almost guaranteed at least a 40% pump. Tron nearly doubled in price in the last 24 hours, but it's gone down a little bit. I'm surprised that just having TR in the name and N, so it sort of sounds a little bit like Trump, didn't pump it, because anything associated with that guy at the moment is a golden ticket, right? Stellar, Chainlink, Avalanche, everybody doing well. Okay, XRP. So XRP is moving sideways-ish for the last 24 to 48 hours or so. As you can see, we're still on that plane there. So we're expecting the next pump to the $3 range anytime soon. I suspect today's news might be a catalyst to that. Mind you, there might be a sell the news event, especially when people realize some of the things I'm going to say in this video. So what's happening today? Well, Ripple apparently will be launching a stablecoin called RLUSD. I suppose that stands for Ripple Labs USD. So what is this thing anyway? First of all, this is one thing that everybody should understand. RLUSD or Ripple USD is nothing special. What? Well, it doesn't do anything new. It doesn't do anything that Tether can't do. It doesn't bring any innovation to the market. There's no groundbreaking technology here. This is just a stable coin that is backed by the US dollar, which is important, that is being launched. So why is this happening? What's the point? We have XRP. First of all, it's not for the same people, and that would also become apparent in this video. Okay, so what it does, first of all, is that it brings liquidity to the platform. It brings liquidity to Ripple Labs themselves as a company. It brings liquidity to XRP Ledger, which means they're now able to do even more things now that they have money, right? It brings liquidity and balance and security to the platform. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that it appeals to big business and big banks, because believe it or not, big business and big bank are still skeptical of cryptocurrencies that have a high possible volatility. So even Bitcoin has volatility that is quite immense compared to something like a stable coin. So a lot of banks, a lot of businesses will rest more assured that they're dealing with a stable coin, because at the end of the day, all of these companies, all of these banks are still long USD. So they are fiat minded, US dollar minded, and RLUSD gives them that peace of mind. Okay. And the third thing, of course, is it's to compete with the likes of Tether and USDC. So basically, Ripple is just drawing their own line in the sand. They're planting their own flag on the crypto moon, right? So why let all the money go to Tether and USDC when Ripple USD can participate in that cake? But, this is good. I'll tell you why this is a good thing. First of all, competition is great. So the more of these stable coins that we have that are actually stable and secure, the better. It gives, traders, people that want to participate and dabble in cryptocurrencies, a safe place, right? More opportunities, more choices, okay? We don't want a monopoly. We don't want one single point of failure. So we want more of these. The more secure stable coins, the better, okay? The second thing is that it is United States based and as such is US regulated, which means it's less likely to be attacked by the United States, especially with this new administration. So that's the second thing. Also because it's backed by the US dollar, cash equivalents and stuff, it doesn't threaten the US dollar. It just is what it is. It's a big bank establishment stable coin that makes everyone feel safe and happy and doesn't trigger the authorities and doesn't make them nervous. That's pretty much what this thing is. US based, US regulated, so they can feel assured to pump money into it, knowing that it's not threatening their country and it's not threatening their organization. I know this isn't really in line with some people's fundamentals, and I guess a lot of people's anti-establishment, anti-bank crypto principles, but pretty much this is about money, not about changing the world in any way, shape, or form. Well, form probably in terms of digitizing things, right? As you can see from Ripple's own website, they mentioned some of these things: deep liquidity, multi-chain issuance, instant settlement, and programmable finance. It's, got remittances and money transfers in mind, centralized exchanges in mind, payment service providers in mind. It's launching on XRP Ledger, but is also going to attract all that liquidity from the Ethereum blockchains and Ethereum compatible blockchains, because it's also launching on Ethereum, which means the likes of Coinbase can list it. And of course, it can happily live on other centralized exchanges like Binance, Kraken, etc. So I hear you say it. Doesn't this take liquidity away from XRP? Doesn't this take functionality away from XRP? And doesn't it eat some of the liquidity of the XRP and make XRP a little bit irrelevant? Well, if you're asking me personally, yeah, it does take a little bit of utility away from XRP, because prior to this, XRP was supposed to be doing all of these things. But to be fair, I think that XRP is probably having a little bit of problem attracting some of these people that we're talking about. Some of these big banks, big organizations, governments, etc., may have expressed some kind of reluctance to the obvious. XRP has a huge upside, right? And the volatility involved, some people just might not understand how XRP works. And I think that this RLUSD just puts their minds at ease. I'm almost certain also that there's been some political issues in the background. Again, if you look at the board of Ripple, you see that these are a lot of political people who are, on the phone with the Federal Reserve, the US government, big banks of the world. I'm sure that there's been discussions in the back saying, massaging Ripple towards the stablecoin sort of part of things, just to make things run a little bit more smoothly. But this is still amazing news for XRP holders for three reasons I'm going to talk about. The first one, of course, is that these huge organizations, anyone that's going to implement Ripple USD, whether you be a bank, a centralized exchange, a country, a big business, whoever you are obliged to hold a minimum amount of XRP. So these are people who are going to hold XRP as some kind of reserve for the RLUSD that they are using. So they're not trading it, they're not selling it, they kind of have to hold it forever. So this is almost like burning XRP, in that these companies, governments, agencies would have to buy enough XRP for them to be able to run their RLUSD. Does that make sense? So this is going to take a massive chunk of XRP off the market. The second thing, of course, is that XRP continues to serve in parts of the world where RLUSD or USD pairing isn't a thing, right? Some micropayments, remittances in some corners where a lot of organizations also and entities will still prefer XRP over RLUSD for several reasons. BRICS, for instance, and BRIC countries might not want to deal with a USD backed asset like RLUSD and may deal with XRP directly.